வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வளமுடன், குரு வாழ்க, குருவே துணை. Be blessed by the divine, be blessed by the divine. Let our Guru Vedatri Maharishi and our Mahans and Almighty guide us in all the aspects. Good morning to all. This morning, we are going to discuss a very important topic called moralization of desire, which will lead a happiness, success, and harmony and peace as well to all the human beings if it is understood and practiced correctly. It is an important topic in introspection, which will be conducted in our sky system, because from desire only 6 evil temperaments will arise in human mind. 6 evil temperaments are greedy, anger, worriness, difference of opinion in the status, attitude, immoral sex, and vengeance, etc. These are the 6 evil temperaments. So, what is desire? Desires are futures of human mind. Desires are the future of human mind. Because of desire, humans are living on this planet. Yes, because of the desire, we are able to live in this planet with all our needs. There are other names for the desire as well. What are they? We can tell desire as a strong wish and wanting, longing, aspirations, ambitions, craving and yearning. So these are the other names for the desire. Strong wish, wanting, longing, aspirations, and ambitions. We can call desire as like these names. Okay. Most of the philosophies and philosophers told and even telling desire is the cause for all the miseries which human beings are facing in their day-to-day life. Yes, most of the philosophies and philosophers telling that desire is the cause for all the miseries which human beings are facing in the day-to-day life. And they are telling that we have to destroy the desire. They were telling spirituality starts when desire is destroyed. Yes, most of the philosophies and philosophers told. But thinking to destroy the desire is against nature. Yes, destroying the desire is against the nature. Because we all born in this world to live. And thinking to live is also a desire, right? Yes. Without desire, we cannot live in this planet. So thinking to live is also called a desire. If it is so, then how we can destroy the desire, or how we can say desire is not good. most of our philosophies told three desires which are very, very, uh, important. Desire on land, desire on women, desire on materials like money, gold, and commodities. So we have to think here, to live in this world, to live in this planet, without desire on land, without desire on women, and without desire on materials, money, gold, or commodities, how we can live? Is it right? Without desire, we cannot live. Yes, we have to have a desire on all these three things mainly: land, women, materials like money, gold, and commodities. Yes, but our philosophers told desire is the cause of all the miseries. So there is a contradiction between these two. Without desire, we cannot live, but philosophies and philosophers told desire is the cause of all the miseries. Yes, in here we have to analyze in what way they told, in what sense they told the desire is the cause of all the miseries. They have told to eradicate the bad desires, because bad desires will lead to bad actions, and bad actions definitely gives bad effects. So we have to think in that way. Our philosophers told in that way, and then in that sense we have to have a desire, but the desire should not in a bad manner, which will give bad effects to us. Okay, as I told, we all are here to live in harmonious way and to attain our ultimate goal. Yes, what is our ultimate goal in this planet, in this birth? What is the use of this birth? Why we came here? Our ultimate goal is to swim in the ocean called the several births. Yes, our philosophers told our ultimate goal is to swim in the ocean called several births, meaning to reach and attain the Godhood, the Almighty. Yes, to attain that position, that ultimate goal, we have to live in this world with this body, mind, and having contact with land, women, and materials. Yes, without land, we cannot walk, we cannot sleep. So we need a land. Okay. Without women, we would have not born. Yes, our mother is a woman, right? So without women, we would have not born. So and then without women, like our sisters, and then our wife, we cannot have a good relationship with other people. Okay, so women is very, very important. So we have to have a desire on women as well. And without desire on materials like money, gold, and commodities, we cannot have food, we cannot have shelter, we cannot have any transportation. So how we can eradicate these desires? We cannot. But without living, we, we cannot attain Godhood, that I told as a in previous statement. So for living, we have to fulfill our basic needs. Yes, having a contact between the land, women, and commodities, we have to fulfill our basic needs. As I told, the basic needs are food, clothing, and shelter. So without desire on food and water, we cannot eat and drink to live. Without clothing, we cannot wear the cloth. Yes, without desire on it, how can we use it? How can we utilize it? So we have to have a desire on clothing as well. Without shelter, how can we be comfortable in several climatic conditions which are changing the nature itself? Yes, without shelter, we cannot be comfortable. At the same time, without shelter and a facility, we cannot excrete our bodily wastes like toilets and urines. Okay, so without desire on these things, we cannot have a comfortable life in this planet. Yes, so desire is important. In that way only our philosophers told we have to have a desire, but the desire should not be for bad, only for the good things and to fulfill our needs. We have to understand one truth of nature. Mind is very fast, but body is very slow when compared to the speed of our mind. Yes, our mind, it is thinking lots of things, like, mind can create hundreds of desires or more in one day. Yes, lots of thinking we are having in our mind. So those thinking will create lots of desires, but to fulfill the desires, how many days or years it will take or require to the body? Yes, we have a mind and we have a body, but the mind is creating hundreds of desires in one day, but to fulfill all those desires, how many days or years it will take for us? Yes, the body is very slow, as I told, but the mind is very fast. So to fulfill all these desires, it will take lots of days and years to the body. But without knowing the capacity of the body, we are creating or developing more and more desires according to the speed of mind. Yes, the desires are created in our mind. So the mind is very fast. So it is creating lots of desires. If the desires are not fulfilled, we will get disappointed. And the unfulfilled desires will always disturb our mind. Yes, is it not so? Yes, we'll be thinking a lot of things. We have to do this, that, and then we have to attain this and that. But our body will not support it. So, and then if we are not attaining that desire, we will get disappointment in our mind. So this disappointment will disturb a lot our mind. If our mind is disturbed, we cannot do anything and we cannot be calm, we cannot be peace, we cannot live a harmonious life. Suppose if we are thinking something and not getting it, or not getting in quantity what we were thinking. Yes, we will be thinking about something. Sometime we will get that, but our mind will be thinking more to get. If the quantity is less, at that time also we will be getting, disappointment and worry. Because if there is a difference in expectation and what we have or what we are getting, we will feel worry or unsatisfaction. Yes, if there is unsatisfaction in our mind, as I told, we cannot live peacefully. So it will affect our mind, our body, our health. And then if we are be affected in this manner, we cannot attain our ultimate goal, which is to attain which is to merge with the Almighty. So that is our ultimate goal. To attain that ultimate goal, we have to have a proper contact with the three main desires like land, women, and commodities. These are the things which we call as a desire, but we have to have this desire up to the need, but it should not go as a greediness. Yes, Swamiji will give a good example for this always. To live in this world, as I told, food and water is very important. If we are taking a food which is a very need to grow this body and live harmoniously. So if we are taking the food, it's a tasty food, okay? Only for the hungriness, we have to take that food to fulfill our hungry. Sometimes what is happening is we are forgetting about that one, and then we are taking more and more food because of that tastiness. We are forgetting, and then we are getting into that. We are having a lot of food, and it is giving trouble to our stomach, because if we take more and more food, which our digestive system cannot handle, at the time what will happen, whatever is possible, that much only digested, and then other food will be accumulated in our body as a fat. So what that fat will do in some, after some times, it will be, give lots of trouble to our body, like obesity, and then lots of disease will be created. So then we will be affected for those disease. Sometimes chronic disease will be there. So we cannot, it will take lots of time and our money to cure those diseases. So to avoid those things, we have to eat food only to fulfill our need. That need should not go as a greediness. Not only for the food, for the land. We need land to make a shelter to live. But most of the people what doing is accumulating lots of assets. That assets itself, sorry, that accumulating lots of assets itself not giving peaceful in the mind, because we have to protect those things from lots of problems which is creating in this society. So we have to get rid of these things. That's what our Mahans and gurus told, our philosophers told, desire is the causes of all the miseries. Meaning, we have to analyze and then moralize desires in a way to attain our needs. Okay. So we have to get satisfaction and fulfillment only if we analyze and moralize the desire. We have lots of desire, as I told. Now we have to practice how to moralize the desire. Yes, our Vedatri Maharishi has given a good practice. Only thinking of it will not work, will not worth. So we have to practice. Only by the practice we can streamline the desires, meaning we can moralize it in a good manner so that we can have a peaceful life. Okay. Now we will see how we have to practice, and then how we can get rid of the greediness. We have to write all our desires in a piece of paper, in a serial manner. One by one, we have to write it. What are all the desires which we have? What are all the desires coming? There will be hundreds of desires will be coming. In that hundreds, only few will be always coming into our mind. We need this. We have to do this. We have to do this. Something like that. So attain this, we have to attain the proper desires. After writing, we have to sit in meditation. We have to do meditation, and we have to be in calm state. We will think there is no time for us to do meditation, but there are lots of time, and we are not utilizing it properly. Yes, that's the fact. We are wasting our time in lots of things, lots of thinking, lots of other attachments, but we are not making this practice. So we have to utilize to get peace and harmony by moralizing our desires. After meditation, we have to take one desire which is coming in the top. We'll be having some priorities, right? So the desires also we can prioritize it. So we'll take one desire. We have to think whether this desire is very important for me to live. Without this, can I not survive? We have to think in that manner. We have to raise a question within us. Without this desire, can I live peacefully or not? If it is possible to live without this desire, we can omit the desire at that time itself. Or if it is very much needed, without fulfilling this desire, if I am not able to live, so we have to go for it. Yes, like as I told for the food, food is a need to fulfill our hungriness. So we have to go for it. Then we have to think whether we have money, meaning financial facilities. It's very important in this, in this society. Financial facilities, and then we have to think about mental faculty. Then we have to think about the time and the health. If all the above things we have with us, then we can go for it. I'll give one good example for this. If we have a desire to become a lawyer, we have to think whether it is required. If so, then we have to think about the financial facilities. Yes, we have to pay fees for this. We have to pay fees for the course. Okay. Then we have to see whether we have that much time, because it will take some years, right, for this. So if all the questions are satisfied, then we have to plan and we have to execute to achieve it. Yes, execution is very important. We have to plan and then execution. If we are not able to achieve the desire because of the financial facilities, sometimes we will not have that financial facility. Okay, we will not be having that much money, we are not earning, then our parents cannot afford. Okay, so in that time we have to omit it. Otherwise, if we have that financial facility, then we have to see mental faculty. Yes, we have to think whether we can we have that much capacity in our mind. So we have to think of it. And then health is very important. Okay, if we are not able to go to the class, and then if we are not able to sit to read, because sometimes health will not support. But if we have that much capability in our health as well, we can go for it. And then we have to think of the time. Yes, time is very important. Okay, so we have to go to the class, right? We have to spend some time to listen the classes, and then we have to spend time to read, and then we have to practice. So if we have those all the things, we can go for it. If we are not having all this above said facilities, we have to eliminate the desire. Yes, if we are not eliminating this desire because of not having that much capability and then affordability, it will not give peace in our life. because we'll be always thinking about it. Oh, we were thinking to attain it, but we don't have this money, we don't have the time, we don't have mental ability. Sometimes it will happen. No, anyone, if we are not having anyone, we cannot achieve it. And then if we are not eliminating that one by moralizing the desire, it will be always disturbing us. And then we cannot live a peaceful life, which is very, very important to live. Okay, so in this manner, we have to think for the top prioritized desire. Then we have to take the other desire. We have to think of all the ways above said. The same procedure only. We have to follow the same procedures which we have followed for the top one. If we can achieve the desire, and if it is not going to give good result, sometimes it will happen. We'll be having all the facilities, but while we are achieving this desire, if it is not giving the good result, definitely we have to eliminate. Yes, good result will not cause good effects. So good effects will, if we are not attaining the good results, it will not cause the good effects. So not attaining the good effects will be not good for us, right? So in that manner also we have to eliminate. If we do like this, our energy will be saved and our energy is moralized. This is a good success in our life. Yes, attaining the good desire is good, and then omitting the bad desire is also good. So this success will lead to happiness and enlighten us. Yes, happiness will be enlighten us as well. In this way, we have to moralize our desires by thinking, analyzing, understanding, and practicing in our day-to-day life. If we moralize our desires, then we can live a successful, harmonious, peaceful, and satisfied life. This satisfaction of living will lead us to achieve our ultimate goal of achieving Godhood, meaning Almighty easily. So I thank one and all for giving me an opportunity to take a class on moralization of desire, which has been, given as a introspection class in our sky system by our Guru Vedatri Maharishi. Thank you one and all once again. Be blessed by the divine. Be blessed by the divine.